I hope you're looking for a roguelike platformer because I have only good things to say about Rogue Legacy 2. If you enjoyed the first one, you'll most likely love this sequel. The only sad part is, it's not available for consoles, but it works well with the controller on your computer. I personally felt better playing with keyboard and mouse, but the gameplay feels good both ways. I've never played the first Rogue Legacy, so I thought I'd be playing a Little Knight for the whole gameplay, and it was not a problem for me. Little did I know, there is actually a lot of different characters. You can play as a boxer, punching enemies to death, or even play as a chef, hitting enemies with a pan, leaving them to burn. The diversity in this game is completely crazy. So many monsters with so many different attacks in so many different maps, playing so many different classes, using so many different weapons and so many different armors and so many... well, I think you got the point. I finished the game and still have to discover some things I managed to miss. Did I say anything about the different boss mechanics? Well, I'll actually let you figure that out by yourself. These games are known for their difficulty, and this one is not different on that point. It was challenging for sure, and I've been able to really play all of the classes. When a character dies, you get to choose what threats and class your kid will have, which I feel is a nice concept. The skill tree is ridiculously huge, and I don't have it unlocked all the way even after the full story cleared. I found myself having to grind a bit of gold in the first zones before being able to continue my playthrough, because I wanted to buy everything and my character was just not strong enough as my points were spread all around. As for the music, it was really enjoyable and didn't feel too repetitive since there's a different song in each biomes. Those biomes differ from one another not only by the music, but also by the way of crossing them. For example, the first zone is completely randomized and you never know which way to go. As for the second one, the answer is always gonna be further east. Enemies get harder, but not only that, they also add new mechanics that pair with the artifacts you find throughout the whole game. And if the game isn't hard enough, or maybe it's way too hard for you, then you can find some relics that will either help or make your life miserable, like being a vegan. Note that the health drops are chicken thighs. Some other threats actually changes nothing to your gameplay, but adds some fun. Looking like a smurf is one of these threats. The relics that makes your run easier are limited as you have resolve to spend on them. And if you get under 100%, you start losing max HP. At first, I didn't know that, so I didn't understand why I only had 60 HP on my character. Boss fights were hard at first, but learning their moves as I progressed made it quite simple, and I didn't have to grind even more talent points to fight them, as I could just lug the world and try them again until I had them figured out. I'd recommend not lucking the world if you're good at games like these, to add some challenge to your own gameplay, but I did and I don't regret it, since I'd still be working on the 5th boss right now. If you enjoy a good story with all that, Rogue Legacy has you covered, but won't force it since everything is in journals that are left around the world. And if you want to switch your brain off and just play the game, you're able to skip every single dialogue or skip the journals without any consequences. All of that with a bit of humor every time I had an encounter with an NPC made a really fun game that can be played for hundreds of hours. Overall, this game feels really good. I had a lot of fun playing it, and I'll be discovering stuff I missed for another playthrough. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.